The semi-driver charged in the deaths of a Hastings family is sentenced in Clay County. That's your top story on NBC Nebraska Midday. Thanks for making us a part of your morning. I'm Natalie Wood. Shelby is on assignment this morning. Kenneth Johnson will spend 40 years behind bars for the crash that killed 3 members of a Hastings family. The Eagle man was sentenced in Clay County District Court yesterday for the August 28th crash that killed Gary and Susan Isom. Gary's daughter, Tiffany Isom, later died from her injuries. The lone survivor of that SUV, Gary and Susan's son, Justin, was at the sentencing yesterday. NBC Nebraska's Kim Kung was in the courtroom and spoke to the victim's family.
Kenneth Johnson sat quietly in the courtroom and only spoke when prompted by the judge. He was sentenced to serve 40 years in prison for 2 counts of manslaughter. Happy tears and hugs were shared by friends and family of the victims as they walked out of the courtroom. On August 28, 2014, the Isom family was traveling to see Gary's daughter, Stephanie Sparks, who lives in Frisco, Texas. Stephanie came to Nebraska to give a statement in court Tuesday about how the death of her father, stepmother, and sister have affected her. Through tears, she says the Hastings family left early that August day to beat Dallas traffic. When she was told what happened to them, she says the news brought her to her knees. Greg Isom, Gary's brother, says they are all feeling very emotional today and says he is glad justice has been served.
You know, today just made everything more the reality. You know, everything became real today. So there's a lot of emotions, a lot of tears. You know, but I think all in all, everyone was happy with the outcome.
In a statement before sentencing, the defense asked for Johnson to be sentenced for his actions, running a stop sign, and not to be sentenced to the maximum. In November, Johnson took a plea deal and pleaded no contest to 2 counts of manslaughter. As part of his plea deal, a 3rd count of manslaughter was dropped. Greg Isom says he's pleased Johnson has to serve both sentences in jail consecutively, and he told his niece Stephanie, even though he can't replace her dad, he's always here for her.
I made a comment about missing my brother's big bear hug, so I did tell her before I walked out that, you know, I'm here. I'd give her all the bear hugs she needs.
Justin Isom spent 9 weeks in the hospital. He now lives with his sister Stephanie, who also serves as his legal guardian in Frisco, Texas.
A 15-year-old Grand Island boy remains in custody after a crime spree that involved a stolen car and 4 stolen guns. Grand Island police say on Monday they stopped a vehicle because it was listed as stolen out of Lexington. That's when they found the stolen guns from an earlier burglary. Police say the boy, whose name we are not releasing because of his age, stole the red Pontiac Grand Am in Lexington a week or 2 ago. Then this Monday, he broke into a home in Grand Island on Bantam Street. The 15-year-old stole 4 guns from the home, including a pistol, a shotgun, a rifle, and a Browning gun, among other items like jewelry. The boy was arrested for 4 felonies, including burglary and possession of a stolen firearm. He is being held at a juvenile detention center in Lincoln. In an update to the story we brought you yesterday, a Gibbon man remains in stable condition at a Lincoln hospital, recovering from severe burns after a pickup truck fire Tuesday night. The Kearney Volunteer Fire Department now believes the cause was a mobile meth lab. Jason Warta is being treated at the burn unit at St. Elizabeth in Lincoln. Kearney police and fire crews responded to Perkins around 11:15 p.m. When they arrived, the truck was fully engulfed. Witnesses say Warta ran from the scene after the vehicle exploded. He was later found near the Prairie View apartments and had severe burns to the lower portion of his body. It's not the first mobile meth lab in Kearney, and the incident has some residents on edge.
I mean, all these people out there just making meth, and how do I know that they're going to be giving it to my kids or my grandkids later on? We don't need that stuff in this town.
I think we should be more proactive, report if we see suspicious activity. If we see suspicious activity, I report it.
The truck was completely destroyed. The case is still under investigation. In December 2013, a mobile meth lab exploded in Kearney off Avenue C. In Lincoln County, an 18-year-old man is in custody for manufacturing methamphetamine. Police arrested Keith Urbanek after searching his car and finding glass tubes, prescription pills, and other items. Urbanek also had a 16-year-old runaway with him. The girl was reunited with her parents in Colorado. Urbanek faces charges including possession of controlled substances and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Well, a much warmer start to your Thursday than we've seen in a long time. And Travis, I'm hoping these temps stick around for a while. What do we have in store?
Yeah, I tell you what, Natalie, it's nice to see these temperatures stick around for more than just a day or two. We're getting a nice extended stretch of above average conditions out there, even not just the highs, but the morning lows as well. As you mentioned, this morning we started off with temperatures in the upper teens and low to mid 20s in most locations. A fairly mild start to our day compared to where we were at earlier this morning. Still cold, but again, better out there certainly out there. But temperatures have warmed up into the mid and upper 30s to lower 40s across much of the area. So we have seen a nice little warm up since earlier this morning, and that trend will continue this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, just a couple of clouds up in the Sandhills region of Nebraska. So we will see mostly sunny skies through much of the rest of the afternoon as we push into the upper 40s for afternoon highs. A little bit of a breeze, especially early in the afternoon. But we have even warmer temperatures on the way. We'll discuss that coming up in just a bit.
All right, doesn't sound bad at all. Thanks so much, Travis. Well, Nebraska is home to thousands of veterans who serve here, live here, and work here. But State Senator Jeremy Nordquist says the unemployment rate for veterans is almost twice that of the state's number. Yesterday, lawmakers led by Senator Sue Crawford announced more than a handful of bills they hope will bring veterans here and keep them here. Issues include improved medical care, retirement tax benefits, and jobs. The Nebraska Chamber of Commerce says they're already doing their part to help out.
We met with over 1,000 military personnel and veterans. Of those 1,000 veterans or military personnel, over 325 of them gave us their names and their contacts and said, yes, we would be interested in giving Nebraska a look. We'd be interested in living there and working there.
Some bills related to veterans have already been introduced. Others are still on their way. A new report is unveiling a possible solution to prison overcrowding, and those behind it say it's a cheaper alternative to building a new facility. The Council of State Governments Justice Center presented its report to senators. The group suggested spending $33 million over the span of 5 years to expand various programs. The director says their suggestions can alleviate the need of a new prison, which would cost more than $261 million.
They balance the right priorities of community safety, victim reparation, and keeping your eyes on people, on offenders as long as you can to prevent them from coming back in.
The system has more than 5,000 inmates, which is 159% of capacity. Senators say overcrowding needs to be addressed this year. And a new bill is aiming to keep more drug offenders out of prison, possibly helping to alleviate overcrowding. Senator Al Davis says he wants to stay strict on the synthetic drug K2, but he doesn't think jail time should be mandatory for a third-time marijuana offense, which is how the law stands now. This bill would leave the decision in the hands of the judge. And straight ahead, Travis has your full forecast. And after that, new help for millions of Americans struggling with obesity. How this device makes a person feel full when they haven't eaten very much. That's coming up on NBC Nebraska Midday.